Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It's Well Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book, and we are here for a book review. And today we are going to talk about, if I can get it, A House at the Bottom of a Lake by Josh Malerman. This was my third Malerman read. I kind of missed on him early on. I think I'd read some shorts, like in some anthologies along the way. I watched Bird Box when it came out, but I didn't read it. I've since read Bird Box and Mallory, and now A House at the Bottom of a Lake, and I got a bunch more of his stuff to try to get through. I haven't reviewed Bird Box and Mallory yet. I'll come back and do that, but very soon here. As I'm been very repetitive, I think, through these videos, but I'm trying to make my way through the shit that I've read in the last 3 months. But this one, A House at the Bottom of a Lake, I dug it. I think I'd probably somewhere around 3.5 star. Liked it. It's a love story. I think more so than horror. It's got a bit of alternate reality type stuff, things existing where you would not think they would exist, or definitely in the condition that they exist. But let's get into a little bit of synopsis, and we will go from there. It says, from the New York Times best-selling author of Bird Box and Mallory comes a haunting tale of love and mystery, as the date of a lifetime becomes a maddening exploration of the depths of the heart. The story begins. Young lovers, anxious to connect, agree to a first date, thinking outside the box. At 17 years old, James and Amelia can feel the rest of their lives beginning. They have got this summer and this summer alone to experience the extraordinary, but they didn't expect to find it in a house at the bottom of a lake. The house is cold and dark, but it's also their own. Caution be damned until being carefree becomes dangerous, for the teens must decide: swim deeper into the house, all the while falling deeper in love, or return to the surface, to safety, to sanity. Whatever they do, they will never be able to turn their backs on what they discovered together and what they learned. Just because a house is empty doesn't mean nobody's home. Yeah, I mean, it is a love story, and these teenagers, they set out on a boat, spend the day on a lake, and this lake is just like levels. Like there's a lake behind this one, and you can like take a little stream or whatever to it, and then there's a lake behind that one that our main character, not Amelia but James, wasn't aware existed, and it's like a culvert, like a tight pipe to get to it, and I mean the boat fits, but just barely, and they go deeper, on their exploration of these lakes, and they get out in the middle of this third lake, and below them is this house. You can see the roof, and you can see the outline of this structure underneath the water, and it seems to be perfectly preserved. And so they set out to explore it, and all the while, like the synopsis said, falling deeper and deeper in love. It's for me, it's a love story to that last summer at home, that last summer in your hometown. Maybe you're still there, maybe you're not. I am not. Before you set off to do whatever it is you were going to do. For me, it was college and all that. But I was 17 years old, and I had one final summer, and it was this, for me, it was this weird thing of kind of cutting off any, not connections, but cutting off any, I guess, ties that kind of tied me to that place. I mean, I didn't want to go off to college with a girlfriend, and things like that. But it was kind of, one final one final, I guess, gasp, one final, you know, summer amongst friends and things like that. So that time is magical. There are a lot of magical periods of time, I think, from our childhood, from our youth. The famous line from the body from Stand By Me. I've never had friends like I had when I was 12 years old. That type of stuff. So it was, for me, it was kind of a love letter to that. Coming of age that last summer, before everything changes. I think kids don't know it, but that's it, right? Everything fucking changes. When you get out there and on your own in the real world, paying your own bills and all those types of things. So, very, very cool love story. Very, very cool mystery elements to it. I mean, I think, again, it it breaks away from just a love story. It breaks away from um, just mystery or horror, and goes into this place of almost fantasy. Again, not dragons and knights in armor and things like that, but it is pretty fantastical. It's fantasy based as far as this house existing in the state it exists in, but definitely. I don't want to say like harrowing, but cool scenes of swimming and exploring, and again finding that just because a house is empty doesn't mean that nobody's home. So yeah, this has been Well Read Beard. I think I've read this one a while ago, and I want to say I was at 4 on this. I want to say that it was possibly my favorite of the 3 Malermans that I've read. Well, we'll call it 4 just for sanity's sake. But yeah, 4 stars. A house at the bottom of a lake. Josh Malerman. It's also a shortish book, coming in at 188 pages, and the chapter breaks are pretty quick in this one. So I flew through it. So yeah, Josh Malerman. This has been Well Read Beard. This has been my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them. Again, I'll have a review coming very soon in the next couple weeks on Bird Box and Mallory. I've also got a shit ton of Josh's books to read. I've got Pearl, Goblin, Unbury, Carol, Inspection, Mad Black Wheel. Is that right? I've got at least 5 Malerman books that I have up there that I've added to what I consider the immediate TBR. Of course, the immediate TBR grew from like 5 to 10 books to like 30. So we'll see how immediate is. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you, my friend, are reading the wrong damn books.